Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Blue Archive video. Guess what? The bunny girls are back. Yes. And we were able to pull them last year, at least for Bunny Karen on my account, right? So if you guys are not aware, Bunny Girls, this is the second time that they are having a rerun. So the first time we have the Bunny Girls around, we only have Bunny Asuna, right? Let me see. I actually got Bunny Asuna recently. The reason why is because I got a 3-star selector and I got Bunny Asuna. And also we have Bunny Karen and Bunny Neru, which I don't have. But I do have Bunny Karen. She's one of my strongest characters, strongest unit. You can see right here, level 82. I am prepared for Perorozilla. I maxed all her skills out. And I do think she's really strong. Alright, she's a very strong character. Definitely one of the best mystic type character for sure. Now, should you pull for any of the bunny girls? And also keep in mind, this time we have a new character, Bunny Akane, joining the fray. Now let's talk about Bunny Akane. Alright, so because she's going to be the highlight right here, and then we're going to do a comparison of what I think across all the bunny characters, comparing the next banners etc. Let's jump into it. Now, first things first, let's look at Bunny Akane's trailer right here. Alright, so she's pretty capable. As you can see, that's her skill, that's her EX skill. So basically she plays a mine in an area, bam, explodes. Alright, 3 cost. Very cool. Alright, so I think she has a very unique chibi as well. If you guys are into chibi, alright, I think her chibi is pretty good as well. So let's talk about Bunny Akane overall, and let's talk about a few other characters comparing to her, right? Now, I know she's huge. Big fan of huge Bunny Akane. But here's the thing though. Alright, you have Bunny Asuna, which of course she has appeared before, but this is going to be a second time. You also have Bunny Karen, you have Bunny Neru, and then you have Bunny Akane. So quite a lot of bunny this, bunny that. Which one should you pull, man? So many characters to pull. It's crazy. None of these are actually 1-star that's free for you. You know, all of these are actually 3-star characters. And with so many characters, if you are new and you can only pick one, it's tough. It's tough, really. But all of them are really good. They're not a must-have though. I'll be honest with you guys, none of these characters are actually a must-have, but they are actually really strong. Now let's go a little bit in depth into Bunny Akane. Alright, so what can she provide that any other characters or the other characters cannot provide? So keep in mind, out of all of these 4 characters, Bunny Asuna, Bunny Karen, Bunny Neru, and Bunny Akane, only 2 of them are limited. Alright, so what do I mean by limited? Limited as in that they will not be added to the standard banner, so you have no chance to obtain them ever unless they ever come back next year or something in a limited banner again. And the 2 limited are going to be Bunny Karen and Bunny Neru. Now Bunny Asuna and Bunny Akane will always be in the standard banner. Alright, you always have a chance to obtain them. If you pull on any other banners, alright, they'll always have a chance to appear. That's an important info to take note of, alright, if you're new. Now let's look at the banner list. First things first. Keep in mind, like I mentioned, this is going to be the Bunny rerun. We have already done this Bunny event before. This event is actually really cool. I highly recommend you guys to save a bunch of pyroxenes because you will be able to open up a bunch of cards. Hopefully it's going to be the same format, right? And then get a ton of rewards. I was able to get my Karen, this Karen right here. I was able to 5-star her from that event alone last year because I spent some pyroxenes to refresh stamina, and I highly recommend doing so because when you open the cards, it's just insane value. Alright, if you guys want to check out the previous one, I'll have the link in the description below what we did last year. I think for Karen and for Neru, I actually have 0 Neru, and I obtained enough of her shards to be able to 5-star her as well. Karen and Neru, literally got them for 5-star because you have a chance to obtain them, their shards, in the particular event. So my recommendation is, yes, you want to get the bunny characters for your pyroxenes, but you also want to try to use some pyroxenes to refresh. I know this sounds crazy. This might be against some free-to-play players that never refreshes, but I do think that the bunny event is worth refreshing 3 times a day. So if you refresh 3 times, it's only 30 pyroxenes. Of course, after that it goes to 60, 90, etc, right? But something to keep in mind. I'll do a much more detailed event guide if you guys want to see, but if not, you guys can check out the last year's video where we do the bunny event. Now, let's talk about this particular character, Bunny Akane, what can she provide to you and your roster? She's a mystic type, alright, on her damage. She's a heavy type on her defense. She's a special, alright, so special stays at the back. Now looking at her, she's a 3 EX skill cost. So what she does is she plays a landmine that explodes, alright, and it deals damage. So pretty cool, pretty decent, but mostly you want to use her for cycle. A normal skill, every 30 seconds deals damage to enemies within the circular area, alright. And then passive skill increase her attack by 14% at level 1, goes up to 26.6%. And then the sub skill, this is what makes her unique. She has the ability to increase attack of mystic type allies by 12.7% and goes up to 24%. Alright, so again, this is probably her strongest kit right here. Now let's talk about this particular skill, increasing attack on mystic type allies by 24%. Now let's give you guys a little bit of comparison, right? Kotama, as you can see, her sub skill increased ally attack by 17.3%. Now yes, Bunny Akane do increase a little bit more, 24% versus 17%, but she only increased attack of mystic type allies. Whereas Kotama, she works for explosive type, she works for piercing type, so she works for all types. Kotama is much more generalized. So I do think that Bunny Akane is going to be much more niche compared to someone like Kotama. Kotama is going to be much more flexible. You're still going to use her in all the raids. Like, yes, you know 24% is more than 17%, but you only work for one particular type. So far for mystic type raids, we only have what? Currently we are gonna have Perorozilla soon. We have Shiro Kuro. Later on we'll have one more the new raid, right? So yeah, something to keep in mind. So based on this particular skill, if you have Kotama, you don't really need Bunny Akane. I'll be honest, Bunny Akane is not a must-have. She's strong. Again, if you're trying to tackle mystic type, yeah, she's going to be much more favorable towards there, much more meta. But comparing to someone that's like free and accessible, where you can buy the shards from here, you know, I do think that Kotama is going to be better off for most beginners, most new players that just starts out on Blue Archive. She's huge, like I mentioned, big asset, but then again, you gotta keep in mind, as in the next character right after her, if you look at all of these bunny girls, Akane, bunny girl Neru, bunny girl Karin, bunny girl Asuna, we are soon going to have Yuka sportswear and Mary sportswear. Now these two characters, I'm gonna go all in here. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna get Mari sportswear, Mari for sure. She is meta, one of the best healer in the game. As for Yuka, yes, she's also very strong. These two characters are limited, so you know, why would I not go for all of this, right? And that's the recommendation definitely for a lot of newer players to actually focus right here. Now, if you really want to get one particular bunny girl though, highly recommend to get either Bunny Neru or Bunny Karin, because like I mentioned, these two characters are limited. Like you can see, Bunny Karin is where it's at in my humble opinion, if you can only choose one, because she's very strong in a few areas. Now keep in mind, she's going to be a bit expensive at 7 cost EX. Yes, I agree, this is a very high cost, but you ideally want to pair her with Ui or something like that to reduce the cost. This particular one, again, 192% of attack as damage to enemies in the circular area every 25 seconds, and she has an ability to increase her own attack and also increase her crit when she uses EX skill. She is very strong against Perorozilla, something that players have to take into consideration. Alright, so Bunny Asuna is also one set character that you can consider you know, as an option as well. But Bunny Asuna, like I said, she's not limited, right? Bunny Karin makes more sense than Bunny Asuna because she's not limited. There's a chance that you can get Bunny Asuna in the future. Like you can see, Bunny Asuna decreased the defense of enemies in a circular area by 18.9%. Not bad, right? She's able to increase attack every 35 seconds. She can also increase her max HP, and she will be able to increase attack speed when she uses EX skills as well. So overall, not too bad. Plus, she also have this, what do you want to call this? A unique item for her available already, Rabbit Tail Grenade. And you can see this particular one increase attack and also obtains 1 skill cost. Not bad actually for her ability overall. So I do think she's a pretty decent character. And last but not least, Bunny Neru. I do think Bunny Neru is much more of a PvP unit. Yes, she is used recently. In this week's most recent tactical drill, definitely, I use her a lot. But I do borrow her from my friend's one. As you can see, what she does is She moved to the location, she has HP that gives her shield, alright? She will do a lot of damage to enemies in the circular area. Also, she taunts during that duration. Alright, pretty cool. She's much more of a tank, right? Every 30 seconds, increased evasion, increased crit damage, and you know, she deals additional damage when attacking medium-sized enemies. Now, being a tank is going to be a tough sell because Tsubaki is like way more accessible to a lot of players, and especially I think most players have invested in their Tsubaki as well. But if you're looking for a raid tank, right? Yuka is also a raid tank, the regular Yuka, so I don't see why you will need a Bunny Neru. That's just pretty much my honest thoughts in this particular banner. None of these characters are like a must-have. But if I have to pick one, if I were to start a new Blue Archive account in 2023, I will probably lean towards Bunny Karin. I feel like she's much more unique compared to the rest of the cast of the characters. Bunny Neru, like I said, she's strong, but because she's a tank, you don't need her as much. And these two characters are the only limited ones. And the other two, they are not limited. They're still strong, right? Still strong, but because they are not limited, so I don't feel the need to pull for them right now. Hopefully, you know, you will be able to get lucky on them eventually next time. Hopefully, if you play the game in the long run, right? So yeah, that's my advice for new players on new accounts. Let me know what you guys think of the Bunny girls overall. Are you guys pulling? Are you guys going all in? I'll probably do an event guide for you guys, you know, once we have the remaining info tomorrow in the patch notes. But that's my thoughts for now. As always, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.